My name is Greg Smith. This video is one of a series of videos on changes to Microsoft Dynamics SL 2015. This particular video covers changes to the foundation of the product, i.e. changes that affect all modules within Dynamics SL 2015. The first area we're going to cover is changes to the Report Option Interface, or ROI screen. This is a screen that you use to run reports in Microsoft Dynamics SL. In the 2015 version, Microsoft has made it easier to use the Select tab to filter the records as seen on the report. Let's open up a report here and see what changes that they have made. We're going to open up the Detailed General Ledger and go to the Select tab, do a lookup on the field, and you can see the first change. Previously they just had the field name, but now they've added a English language type description, as well as the source field in the underlying database. There is also a column that indicates whether the field is included on the physical report or is just a field that you can filter. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select on account description. So we're going to limit this report to just certain accounts based upon their description. Put operator in as equal. And we're going to do a lookup on the value. Now in previous versions, you had to know the actual value put in there. Now you can just do a lookup. You'll see all the, in this case, account descriptions in your database. If we'd use the account number, you would see a list of the account numbers. And so now we've got a select statement of account description equal to cash US dollars. And now we're going to do our preview. And you can see our report now is limited to those accounts that have the description US dollars. Naturally, you can select on any field that is included with the report, and you can do multiple selects just like you could on previous version. But now you have the benefit of the English description of the field and the lookup of the values in your actual database. So that's a major improvement, enhancing the ease of use of the Report Options interface. The next change they've made to Dynamics SL 2015 that we're going to look at is the ability for the user to set the default reports and improvements in the ability to email reports from the preview screen. In previous versions of Dynamics SL, there was a limit of 8 formats per report menu item. In 2015, that's been changed so there's no limit. Very seldom did you run into a limitation there. However, in the report control screen, the order in which the reports were placed indicated which was the default report. Now in 2015, they have made a simple screen that allows by company, if you so desire, to set the order of the reports in the Report Options interface screen. So in this case, for all companies, I'm going to take the trial balance and I'm going to do a lookup, and I'm going to change it so the debit and credit totals report is now the default report for all companies. And I'm going to go ahead and close this screen. And now when I go into the trial balance and open it up, you can see now the debit and credit report is the default. Not a huge change, but something that makes it a little easier for the users. Now that we've run the report, you see that there's this little envelope that they've added here. And what that does is allow us to email the report. I'm going to change the format to a PDF file. Click OK. And what it does is it opens up Outlook, if it's not already open, and creates an email and attaches the file as the format that you so desired. So that makes it much easier to run reports than to just email them to someone. The next improvement we're going to discuss in Dynamics SL 2015 is improvements in the ability to search during permitted value, or PV, lookups. In other words, the F3 or double right click when you're looking up on a field. Okay, we're in the vendor maintenance screen. We're doing a lookup on the vendor ID. Now we've got this little field that you type your characters in there, and it will retrieve any records that have those characters within the field that you're doing a lookup on. So if I type 011 here, I get all vendors that have 011 in their ID. Now you got other fields that you can look up. Here I'm looking up the name, so I'm going to type in Adam, and it retrieves any name that's got Adam in it. Now, just like previous versions, you can also type in a portion of the ID, and it'll take you right to that spot based upon the first characters of that ID. So Microsoft has now made it easier to do searches on fields during permitted value lookups. In other words, a double right click F3 lookups on fields within Dynamics SL 2015. Another small but sometimes useful change is that they've now added the ability to take lookups, in other words, the F3 or double right click lookups on a field, and export that list to Excel. Let me demonstrate. Okay, I'm doing a lookup on a vendor ID. If I just right click, it says export to Excel, and I get a list to Excel, in this case all the vendors. And then I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go ahead and close this list, do another lookup. This time I'm going to filter. I'm going to look for vendor IDs that include the letters EO. In this particular database, that in employees. Export to Excel, and now my list includes just those EO vendors. As you can see, there have been substantial improvements to the foundation of Dynamics SL 2015, including improvements to the ease of use in selecting items for filtered reports in the ROI screen, improved ability to email reports from report preview, improved search capabilities on PV lookups, as well as the ability to export the results of PV lookups. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.